Morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're calling in from. Welcome to those who are going to be tuning into our recording. It's my absolute pleasure to, introduce a very special guest speaker who's taken time out of his, his Thursday. So, guys, we're so fortunate enough to have Michael, taking us through what I know is going to be an absolute power hour. And we're really, really excited. But I just want to really congratulate each and every one of you who have qualified for this special 500 Club call. Everyone who's qualified has done over 500 volume points in the month of March. So you can see all of the names there on the screen. And again, welcome to those who are going to be listening into the recording. Michael, we're so excited to hear from you. And I know everyone's really excited to hear your story. So I'm going to hand it straight over to you.
Cool, awesome. Thank you, Shanice, and thanks everyone. I'm kind of I'm a bit nervous. I'm looking at some of these names who've of the people who've qualified, and there's some real go-getters in there. It's very exciting. So thank you very much. I'm really honoured to be invited to come and share with you. Now, just so you know, I wear these headphones because it is a little bit noisy in here sometimes, and I've actually got two screens. So if I'm turning away from you, this is my best side, so that's why I'm doing that, but I'm reading stuff on the other screen. So guys, this is me, Michael Saleeba. I'm based in Perth, Western Australia with my beautiful wife, Janet. We do the business together. And we're Get Team members and President's Team in training. So we're still learning as we're going. And I think that's probably the first lesson today. But I want to say congratulations, guys. 500 volume points is a great qualifier, a great volume in the month. And I know some of you are doing a lot more than that. But, if you're just starting out, awesome. Well done for qualifying. And I hope if you haven't got your Herbalife blender already, you're well on your way for qualifying for that. So this is me, my product result. First of all, that's me looking a bit cuddly there on the left. So before Herbalife, I used to be tired all the time, exercised quite a lot, even though I didn't look like it, and always got sick, just picked up colds and flus all the time. Every time I'd jump on a flight, I'd get a cold. I was kind of like that. And that was really normal, Everyone I knew was like that. My family was all like that. So I didn't know any better. I thought that's just how life was. And I watched my beautiful wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, Janet, start on the Herbalife products. She just answered an ad in the paper, and I saw her getting some really great results. So I thought I'd better give this stuff a go. So I was actually using these other products at the time, put them all to one side and said, look, I'm going to give this stuff a go for 30 days because it's got a 30-day money-back guarantee and I'm a bit cheap. So I'll see if it works. I lost 8 kilos of body fat my first 8 weeks, went on to lose a total of 12 kilos, gained 5 kilos of lean muscle as well, which was just amazing. And the thing that really got me was the energy, actually. Incredible energy. And really energy like I've never felt before. I then went on, just noticed that I just wasn't getting sick anymore. My sinuses were so much better. Things like, stuff. Now, just so you're aware, I'm going to share some things with you that aren't gold standard because I'm not sharing them in public. I'm sharing them with you guys, and I don't share these in public. But I used to get lots of allergies and hay fever really badly. That's all disappeared. So that's because my body's getting great nutrition. It's just phenomenal. And because of my amazing energy and because I'm just really getting sick and just feel great all the time, I've started competing in these endurance events, 24-hour obstacle races, which I've never done anything like this before. I've never run a marathon before or half marathon before, but I'm going to talk a little bit more about that soon as well. As far as the Herbalife business side of it goes, I used to sell real estate for about 10 years, which is pretty soul destroying. I owned a couple of small businesses. I actually owned a wellness clinic in Subiaco, which is kind of an upmarket area here in Perth. So I thought I knew all about health and nutrition and looking after myself, but obviously I didn't, looking at my before photo. So when Janet suggested this, I was kind of the arrogant male. I said, I think you should just do this for yourself. I'm not really interested. in it. But then I saw her getting some great results, not just on the products, but really, with the business. Over a few years, she was just doing it as a hobby. And before you know it, she's able to work part-time and then actually quit her job and go full-time in Herbalife. And I thought, maybe I should have a look at this. My first month, I made about $50. And then for the last couple of years, Janet and I got serious, went to a couple of big events and thought, let's do this more as a business, less as a hobby. And we got ourselves up to Get Team. And so that's sort of paying us between $5,000 and $15,000 a month, which is really, realistically, we're sort of earning $7,000 to $10,000 a month. And it's been amazing, the kind of lifestyle we have from this. I got a slide here next. We live this really crazy, fun lifestyle. Janet and I were blessed with no children, so we love to travel and party and do all those great things that you can do when you don't have a family. So, there's a photo there on the top left of me at the top of a volcano in Bali. There's a 70s party. We're in Macau, as Jan and I had a black tie do. I think that was in Melbourne. Oh, that would have been in Adelaide. Surfing up in Bali on one of the Herbalife holidays. We've been to 4 or 5 or 6 Herbalife holidays now. We went on a South Pacific cruise, been to Bali twice, New Caledonia and Hamilton Island last year, which was unbelievable. Lots of parties, lots of dress ups. I'm into these crazy adventure things, so I do the flyboarding down there in New Caledonia. And this one, the picture down on the bottom right is a white party we had at the Rock Bar in Bali. Now, the Rock Bar is attached to this really exclusive hotel in Bali, and there are people lined up in the sun for about 4 hours trying to get into this bar. Herbalife had already reserved a whole area of this bar, so we actually got picked up by some really nice coaches, driven there, walked straight through and went to the bar, all paid for by Herbalife. It was unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. I mean, you just can't get these experiences anywhere else. I'm just so thankful to Herbalife for the kind of lifestyle that we have now. So when a lot of people get up and share, a lot of them share about their reason why. Why do they do Herbalife? And I notice that the people with families and kids get up there and they put their hand on their heart and they have a tear in their eye and they show pictures of their kids and, this is our reason for doing Herbalife. We want them to have a great life. Jan and I don't have kids, so, this is the reason we do Herbalife. It's the parties and it's the holidays. It's exactly the same lifestyle that we have now. Parties, travel, freedom. That's all we want, and we really love doing it. Something else that I don't have up there is Jan and I really love dogs, and we volunteer at a local dogs home. And we wouldn't be able to do that. We wouldn't be able to have the time to be able to do that if we had jobs. So it's so nice being able to give back to the community as well, with that kind of freedom that we've got. So getting on to just my passion quickly, I'm obsessed for some reason with obstacle racing. So you might have heard of Tough Mudder or Spartan races. I just love these events. And a lot of these photos here are of an event called the World's Toughest Mudder, which is actually in Las Vegas. I've been there twice the last 2 years. This was in November last year. And it's a 24-hour event. So you literally go around the same 8-kilometre course for 24 hours. I completed 80 kilometres, 200 or so of these crazy obstacles in that 24 hours. Now, I just want to point out a couple of things. I was never an endurance athlete at all. I mentioned earlier, I've never done a marathon. That's just not my thing. So physically being able to do this at 45, financially being able to go over to Vegas for 10 days just to indulge myself in my passion is amazing. Having the time to be able to do that and the money to be able to do that is all thanks to Herbalife. There is no possible way I could follow my passion to that extent if it wasn't for Herbalife, and I'm just, again, so thankful. So that's a few of the crazy things that I love to do. So look, I might just talk a bit about the business side of things and, how we got to where we are. A couple of things that I struggled with when we first started was really the simplicity of Herbalife. my ego got in the way. I came along and said, don't you know who I am? I've got a double degree in marketing and management, and I could make this so much better, this whole Herbalife thing. So I struggled with that, thinking I was better than it, actually. I struggled with finding a method that I enjoyed. You might hear this term DMO talked about a lot. It's just a method of how we can talk to people. That's how I think about it. I try to simplify it all. Talking to people, I struggled with that. What do I actually say to people? Doing big volumes, how do we actually go about it? You hear quite a lot in Herbalife, 10,000 volume points a month. So that's personal volume points, solves everything. And it does, by the way, it does solve everything. But how do you even start when you're not, you might be doing 1 or 2 or 3,000 volume points a month. And then I struggled with being consistent as well. So what changed with this to get where we were? Well, really, I surrendered to the system. The Herbalife system is perfect. And what I mean by that is I don't need to waste my time trying to make it better. It's actually worked for 37 years. People have made fortunes using it. People have got really healthy using it. I don't need to spend my time trying to change it. Is it perfect? Well, maybe not. Maybe there's some things that can change, but I don't need to waste my time doing it. And I think that's how we need to start thinking about it. So just surrender to it. Use the events, use the system, and you'll do so much better. And it saved me so much energy. I could put that energy that I used to want to change everything with, I can put that into making, doing what I needed to do. Get my product result. I see so many people, and I was a bit like this, who had weight to lose. And so imagine this, maybe you've got 20 kilos to lose. You lose 10 and you go, great, I've lost 10 kilos. But a year later, I'm still going, I've lost 10 kilos, even though I've got another 10 to lose. Just lose it. The faster and the better my result, the less I actually have to talk to people about it. What also changed is I found how I love to do Herbalife. My wife Janet was lucky enough to do a tour in LA, seeing how Fit Club was run when Fit Club first came out. So that was that changed how we thought about doing Herbalife. We qualified for the Bali vacation too in 2013, and that got us thinking a lot more about how important the vacations and qualifying for things is. We just went back to basics, and this is something that I do quite a lot if I get overwhelmed with Herbalife, because there is a lot of things going on. So a lot of times I have to take a deep breath and go, okay, just forget about everything, go back to basics. Just go to every event. How's my product result? Am I following up my clients properly? So we'll run through a few of those things as we go. I realized how important client relationships are to Herbalife. In fact, they're everything, really. So following up, creating that great relationship with people is really important. So that made me think about, how am I communicating? A lot of times I might want to hide behind a computer and just Facebook message everyone or text message everyone, when actually a phone call is going to be much more valuable, even though it might be the same message. Keeping it simple. I'm really good at trying to complicate everything and making it much harder than it needs to be. So keeping it simple is really cool. And then, if I saw what people were doing and I liked the sound of it, I tried to copy it and then just added my own personality. I'm never going to be able to do something the way somebody else does it, but I might be able to do the important parts and then just add me to it. And then, of course, daily personal development is really important, but I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second as well. So, look, just finding my Herbalife. Let me just slip that slide on. This is how I found Herbalife, and I think this is really important. So if anyone's struggling out there, maybe have a think about this, how this might work for you. Being the brand and use where talk. So being the brand is literally, for me, have I got my product result? Am I wearing something that talks about Herbalife. Am I being happy? And, sharing happy pictures and stories and things on Facebook. Am I being a great distributor? So that's for me about, am I being the Herbalife brand? And use way of talking. We talk a lot about DMOs, but every DMO fits into use where talk. Use the products obviously in front of people or on Facebook. Wear the brand and talk to people. Now, wearing the brand's an interesting one. I used to wear Herbalife products or Herbalife branded gear to my gym, and I go to quite a sort of a posh gym in an area I go to, and I now have noticed that I can create an easier relationship and conversation with people when I'm actually not wearing Herbalife stuff. So I'm a bit more strategic how I use that. So maybe just think about that as well. It's not just about Herbalife vomiting on everyone. I'm Herbalife. It's just about that relationship first, and then you can bring Herbalife into it later. So that's how I am at the gym now. COI, making sure the people in my life know what I do, and I'm into helping people get happier and healthier. I also think about how can I increase my COI, and it's not only okay, go to the gym and meet people, or let's create a fit club, and then increase my COI that way. Maybe think about, rather than me creating a club, actually go and joining a club that's already created. Let somebody else do the hard work and create the club. I can go in and, for want of a better word, infiltrate it. That sounds manipulative and it's not meant to be, but go in there and meet a whole bunch of people and increase my COI that way without having to go through the hard work of creating my own fit club or whatever it is. Facebook as well, using that much more strategically, being the brand on there, but not Herbalife with every post. Show some funny stuff. I want my personality to come through on Facebook and Instagram. And now I highlighted or colored this line in, do what I love and wrap Herbalife around it. Now that for me has made all the difference in Herbalife. So you can imagine I love obstacle racing, right? So when we first discovered Fit Club, we were out doing Fit Club just like the Americans were doing it. We saw their videos. Janet literally wrote down every word that they said on every Fit Club video in America and stood there at our Fit Clubs and read it. And that's how we started. We just had a go. We didn't know what we were doing. We just had a go. And we realized, that was a great way to start, but was that us? No. So we just changed it and shifted and made it suit our own personalities. So when I realized that I could do what I love and wrap Herbalife around it, I went, well, why aren't I doing something to do with obstacle racing? So I went, I know, I'm going to do an obstacle race training session, because I had an idea of the kind of exercises I might like to do. I might help with obstacle racing, and I'll do that within a Fit Club, I guess, structure. Well, I put this out there, I don't know, Facebook, and I told a few people about it, and I thought 20 people would turn up, right? And 76 people turned up to my obstacle race training Fit Club session. So I was a bit overwhelmed and out there, but I tell you what, we had the best time. It was fantastic. I got so many people that I met and got all their addresses, and then could start talking about Herbalife with them. So great way to do Herbalife. And do you know why 76 people turned up to this? It's because I love obstacle racing, and I found that really easy to talk to people about and share my passion about it. So again, I'm going to come back to that. Do what you love. You might love reading books. Awesome. Why not set up a book club and introduce, the Herbie tea? You want to stay awake and read your book. If you're going to be on your bum reading a book for an hour, maybe you want to have a shake because you don't want to, have a big meal because you're not going to be burning many calories. Whatever it is you love to do, wrap Herbalife around that, and you will just find Herbalife so much more fun and easier to do. And now we do a lot of sort of Fit Club stuff, but we just call it our healthy, active lifestyle. And in a way, I don't even want to put it into a DMO or under Fit Club because it's just what we love to do anyway. I don't want to just go out there and do boot camp style fit clubs because I get bored of that. I don't know, I just get bored. I'd rather do something that's really fun but exercise at the same time. So we do things like Ninja Academy, which is, if you've ever seen Ninja Warrior on TV or on YouTube, we've got a whole gym here in Perth set up with all those kind of obstacles, and it's awesome fun. So again, I love it. I find it really easy to invite people to it. We play beach volleyball all the time and invite people down to that. We're really terrible at it, but it's really fun. We're full about laughing all the time. There's a place called Bounce, which I think is around Australia as well, and it's a massive warehouse setup of trampolines. Really crazy fun, but again, great fun, and we can invite people to that really easily. And then we've got their SUP, which stands for stand-up paddleboarding. I found a couple of places in Perth that actually have free stand-up paddleboarding sort of tryouts, sort of events and things. I just call that a fit club and invite people to it. You know, if there's free stuff going on, I'll create a fit club around it and invite people. I mean, why not? We might as well make use of other people's things. They're happy to have me invite people. So why not? And here's, you know, some pics of some of those events. We've got the Ninja Warrior stuff there on the left, the stand-up paddleboarding things there in the middle with a barbecue as well. On the top right, beach volleyball. We go and have a coffee afterwards and get to know everyone, build those relationships. And then that bottom right one is we've got a group here in Perth called the Perth Trail Series. These guys go trail running. I really enjoy trail running. It's really good training for me for my obstacle races. They've already got a great group set up, so I just go and join their group. I don't need to recreate that. Really nice people, and you know, I can then talk to them about Herbalife as well. All right, some of the more sort of specific Herbie business stuff. You know, promotions, they've really helped us get team. You know, and Herbalife put these on all the time. And I think one of the things that I learned with this is, you know, I never have an idea of how I'm going to qualify for a promotion, but the how can come later. It's really about the decision to just go for it. Let's go for it. There's loads of support. There's lots of people I can ask about how we can do this. Let's just put it down there, remind ourselves of it, you know, print it out, look at the qualification every day, make a decision to go for it, speak to our upline or our support, our mentor, our coach, find out how we can actually do it, you know. Map it out. How many new people do we need? How many teammates do we need to get to active world team, or whatever it is? Again, that 10,000 volume points solves everything. So how could we do that? You know, it's a really great question. Not, I can't do that, but how could we do it? You know, if you could do it, how would you do it? I don't know, maybe speak to somebody about it. And promotions are there to make us stretch and propel ourselves forward. And that's really all Herbalife wants us to do. It's an extra gift, an extra qualification to help us, you know, reach our own goals, our business goals. All right. And the next one, events. You know, go to every event. Every single trainer I've ever seen on stage in 10 years that I've been doing Herbalife has always said, go to all the events. You know, it's not a secret. It's no surprise. So as soon as I went, oh yeah, maybe I should actually just go, things started to change. So keep going until you know why you need to go to every event. I notice as well, you know, if I go, I get some great learning from it. If I start getting bored, maybe I need to then get involved, you know, get on the registration team, help out with the audio, help with setting up. There's always things to get more involved in. But then I also noticed, you know what? They're about bringing people. So when I have guests at these events, the whole event looks differently. I'm there just excited for them. So, you know, focus on bringing team and guests with you, qualify for the promotions at events. You know, if you want to make sure you're on stage getting recognized for qualifying for stuff while your team are in the audience seeing you. That's really important. Look, and we need the training and inspiration as well. It can be pretty tough out there sometimes. So that works for us and our team. And you never know which event, when, or who it is that's going to hit your button. And say that thing that just makes you think, yeah, you know what, maybe I can do this. And lead by example. Look, Amber Wick, who's a 30K president's team, so 30K means that her level in her business in 3 levels is 3 times a president's team level, which is amazing. So that's the size of her business. So she said, I don't know anyone who is successful in Herbalife that doesn't attend the STS. And her other quote, which I think is really cool too, your ability to grow a royalty check is in direct relation to how many people you get to events. Cool stuff, huh? All right. So a 90-day plan really has helped Janet and I as well. So what's a 90-day plan? It's really just finding a method that you like and doing it for 90 days. Again, no surprises, and simple enough that I can do it. So why would you do one? For me, it's consistency. I can be a bit all over the place and excited by the next shiny thing that comes along. So doing some consistent stuff really helps. One thing that helps with this is being accountable each day. So find a mentor or a sponsor or an accountability buddy that you can have you stay accountable to this. And then choose a method. Again, find something you love doing, wrap Herbalife around that, and maybe just do that every day, including follow-up and referrals. So that's building the relationship with your clients and people in your life. Aim to get as many clients as you can and active members as you can. Now, here's the cool part about the 90 days. This is why it's 90 days. The first 30 days and the second 30 days, look, you'll get busier and start to see some results, but you might not see massive progress, all right? But then the third 90 days, so that's between 60 days and 90 days, you're going to get even busier and more results. And that's when you're going to see the great results that you're expecting. So that's why you need to do it for the full 90 days. It's not a 60-day plan or a 30-day plan. So when finished, start another. That's working towards your next pin level, working up the marketing plan with Herbalife. And back-to-back plans are great because your first 90-day plan really fills your pipeline, really gets things working. But then your second 90-day plans help those people that are in your pipeline do the same as you and going for qualifications. And then you'll see people start popping out as supervisors, World Team, Active World Team, and beyond that. And that's, I don't know, it's really satisfying seeing your teammates do that. So look, guys, here's a little plan that we follow. It's really simple, and that's what I love about it. So I don't know, whatever method you choose to use in Herbalife, that's up to you, and all of them work as long as you commit to it, and maybe commit to it for 90 days, right? But here's a simple little plan that I really love, and it's simple because the numbers are simple on it. So imagine this is you at month 1, you're the member there, and you get 5 new customers, however you do that with your coach. And also you get a new coach member duplicating who you are. So at the end of month 1, you've got, say, 600 personal volume points. I'm suggesting maybe everyone does 100 volume points. That's like a healthy breakfast, something like that. So we're working on, a basic pack with low numbers at the moment. All right. But month 2, there's now 2 of you. There's you and your new coach member from month 1. You both go out there and get 5 new customers. So you got 10 new customers, and you both get a new coach member as well. So with all of that, there's about 1,200 volume points in month 2. Cool. Okay. Month 3, there's now 4 of you, and you've got 5 new customers each. So that's 20 new members, 20 new clients, customers. And you're all getting a 1 new coach member each. You're now doing your 2,400 volume points in the month, nearly your Herbalife house at 2,500. Again, month 4, we go back, and of course that doubles. Month 5, we're back, and we're really seeing it, increasing now. We've got a total of 16 members in our organization. Each of us still only getting 5 new members. It's not massive numbers, but that gives us, that's 5 new customers. So that gives us 80 customers in the month, 16 new coach members, and we're doing nearly 10,000 volume in the month. And month 6, awesome. There's now 32 new members, each getting 5 new customers. That's 160 customers, each getting 1 new coach member. That's 30 new coach members, 32. And we're doing about what we might qualify for a get team. So that's pretty good volume in 6 months, you know. So a simple little plan, duplicating it each month just with 1 new coach member, but that's the key in the duplication. So that's the plan, and that's really what we're teaching our team, but we're also doing ourselves as well. All right, I'm just checking the time, 30 minutes gone, so I might just, we've got only a couple more slides. So look, personal development's become really important for me as well. To overcome life's roadblocks and obstacles, no surprises, we keep getting more of them every day. You know, I remember seeing a guy, I can't remember his name, he created Action Coaching, and I think he's a multi-millionaire, he's an Australian, but he lives in America now. And he's got a formula for success. And now that formula for success actually includes obstacles and roadblocks in the formula. So what that says to me is that they're inevitable. They're going to happen. We're going to get overwhelmed. We're going to get frustrated. Crap things are going to happen along the way. So we might as well know how to deal with them, or expect that that's going to happen at some point, and just have some plans in place how we can deal with that. And for me, that's personal development. So, you know, daily personal development's really easy. I heard a guy once say personal development's a bit like bathing. You know, you can do it, you know, once a day for 5 years and everything's fantastic, but you stop doing it for 3 days and things get a bit funky. So, you know, we really do need to keep listening to something. I actually just don't listen to the radio in my car anymore. I've always got some personal development going on. And Peter, you also might be listening to a great song that makes me feel good. Yeah. So, you know, it doesn't have to be just Jim Rohn, you know, give me some awesome info. It could just be about me feeling better. So, you know, read, listen, watch, bit of Mark Hughes, some Jim Rohn, Les Brown always seems to hit the spot with me as well. There's some really cool stuff out there. No gossiping or negative self-talk. You know, that's something that I struggle with, the self-talk, and even catching myself, you know, talking negatively out loud. You know, Jan and I are really good at just saying, you know, snap, maybe we need to just change our conversation a bit. We say snap because it's that thing of snapping an elastic band on your wrist, just to go, oh, no, just caught myself, thank you. And I tell you what, it takes a little time to get used to, but once you start catching yourself negatively talking and turn it around and stop doing that, life becomes a lot easier and a lot happier too. It just helps, personal development helps us grow in our next pin. You know, just respecting your sponsor and your organization. And look, I love this last one, CEO. It's a chief encouraging officer. So what I find is sometimes I want to tell everyone how they should do Herbalife, or even Janet, you should do this and you should do that. And you know what? Most people respond better just to be encouraged. You know, you're doing really well. Just keep going wherever they're at. Everyone's doing really well, you know, and we're all struggling with something. So I think, you know, no one's ever been over encouraged or too encouraged. So just encourage everyone and be a CEO in your own organization. Again, when I talk about going back to basics, sometimes I get overwhelmed. What do I do now? I don't know. Read my career manuals again. It's all there. It's really simple. It clarifies everything. They've just been upgraded recently as well. So we used to have 4, now there's only 2. And there's some great info in there. So if you haven't done it, just go back in there and read your career manuals. I won't go on about that too much. Again, back to basics. What's our actual job? This is, what do we get paid for? Finding a client and supporting them to get a great result, you know, having a great relationship with them. 2, sponsoring a new team member. 3, helping that team member get a new client and helping that team member sponsor a new team member. 4 things that we get paid for. That's it. As soon as we're not doing something that's one of those things, you're actually not doing Herbalife. You're actually, for me, I'm looking at this going, if I'm not doing that, I'm spending time being busy doing something that's not productive. So stop wasting my time and just get back to basics in one of these. All right. And this is my last slide, guys. Look, it's really important to me just to keep it simple. Do what you love and wrap Herbalife around it. And I think you'll find Herbalife much more fun. One of the things that I've created is a crappy mood action plan. I'm going to get in a crappy mood at some point in the future. I just know it. So I've got a little plan of some things that might pull me out of it. Having a lift off. That'll pull me out of a crappy mood. Janet sometimes gives me one of those first thing in the morning because I might wake up without a personality. So having a lift off, just going for a walk, getting a massage, doing some exercise, listening to some cool songs, reading some testimonials from the clients that I love, you know, reminding me of why I do Herbalife, and that, you know, those testimonials that get you in the heart, you know, that's all in my crappy mood action plan. So, you know, if you're ever in a crappy mood, maybe you need to write yourself a crappy mood action plan as well. Get excited about Herbalife, guys. You know, Herbalife is the doorway to everything you could ever want in your life. And if you just get past some of those obstacles, you can have it too. It's really, really exciting. And, you know, we're just getting started. I need to get better at a few things as well. But I'm just so excited about what the future holds. Use all the products, get a rip-roaring product result, because you'll just have to talk less if you've just got an awesome result, and share those results with people. And that's it. It's really that simple. Look, guys, thank you so much for having me on. Sharnese, I might just hand it back to you. I think you're probably managing the call because Caroline might be looking after Bubs. But thanks so much for having me on, and I wish you guys all the best for the future. Cheers.
Michael, thank you so much. That was absolutely amazing. Guys, let's just all type it into the chat. Thank you so much to Global Expansion Team, soon to be President's Team member, Michael, for, you know, just really giving us that absolute power, you know, information, wisdom. I know I'm sitting here like taking notes. I'm highlighting things. And yeah, I guess, you know, some things that really stood out to me was I really loved how you've just kept everything simple. Yeah. And I think sometimes that's where we all kind of get that little bit stuck, or, you know, we start to think there's a secret to the next level, or there's a secret to move forward. But, you know, I think everyone else can agree after, you know, today's call and those listening into the recording that it's just sticking to the basics, and it's just doing it over and over again, and just having lots of passion while you do it. And, you know, you can see that, you know, through the computer screen, how much passion you've got for what you do. And yeah, thank you so much for your time. We're so grateful. And guys, get excited for our April team promotion. So we are so lucky to have Get to 5 member Stephen Nguyen, who's going to be our special guest speaker on our next 500 Club call. This guy's absolutely amazing. For those who were at the Adelaide Spectacular, you would have heard Stephen up on stage. His story is so inspiring. And I have heard maybe on the grapevine that Victoria may be very lucky to have him as a special guest speaker for one of our STSs coming up very soon. So guys, do whatever you've got to do to qualify for this, but not only yourself, your brand new members as well, because yeah, this guy is so inspiring, and it's just going to be absolutely amazing. So guys, on that note, we're going to finish this amazing call. Again, thank you so much, Michael, and guys, have an amazing, powerful rest of the day, and we'll see you guys really soon. Thanks, bye.